That is one way to get you unsubscribed, for your emails open rate to decrease tremendously, meaning people will no longer open your emails. And that's another way to go into the spam. The reason why is because people just don't want to be sold to. So it's like your sexy automated sales system. Email marketing is such a powerful tool when it comes to any marketing strategy, and especially for aesthetic service providers, because it's the perfect way to nurture your leads who usually discover you on social media. And if you are not utilizing email marketing properly for your aesthetics service business, then you're pretty much leaving a whole lot of money on the table. And if you are familiar with my content and my business and my purpose for even being here, you know that I don't want that to happen for you, because there's just too much of it to be made out here for you to leave it on the table. And here's the thing, when it comes to email marketing versus social media marketing, I'm gonna always stand for email marketing over social media, because like I explained to you guys in last week's video, and make sure you go watch that so you can kind of paint the full picture of today's topic. I talked about how social media is the top of the marketing funnel. It's the tip of the iceberg. It's essential, yes, because it is how most will discover you. It's how you will educate your followers about your brand, your morals, guidelines, all that type of stuff. And it's a great way, again, to just build, brand awareness and credibility. So for that reason, yes, it is essential. When it comes to your followers making buying decisions and converting those leads over to actual loyal clients and patients, email marketing is just essential. That's kind of what I want to go over in today's video. I do have notes. Y'all always, look, at this point, you just gotta know I'm gonna always have my notes on my phone, because a lot of this, it is a lot of information, and if I don't simplify it and break it down for you in a way that is digestible, you're gonna look at me like I have 10 heads. It's okay. Oh, by the way, if you are new here, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cheri, owner of Cheri Cobb Creative, which is a marketing company, and we specialize in helping aesthetic service providers use the internet to attract and retain clients. And a big part of that, like a big chunk of that, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some numbers, because I know a lot of you, again, you just like data. I would say, honestly, in my experience, about 70% of those leads and those conversions, it all comes from email marketing. So it should definitely be a big part of your marketing strategy. If not, you're missing out. You're just missing out, because the thing about email, it is direct to inbox. They're gonna open your emails, and if you are emailing out things that are worth reading, they're gonna be excited about your email. So the first thing I want to start off with are a few of the things that I have heard aesthetic service providers say when we start talking about their use of emails and things like that. There's a difference between a communication tool where you blast information versus email marketing, because usually with your communication tools, you can't check who's opened it, you can't scrub the list for subscribers who are not engaged, you can't check to see what who's clicking through the emails and what actions they're taking, and none of that type of stuff. That can't happen on a communication tool, which a lot of you use, and you say, oh, we are utilizing email marketing. If your goal is not to monetize that, you keep using your tool, and you want to track your progress to see if this is even working, if it's reaching anybody, if it's just going out into space, or whatever it's happening to it. If you really want to track that information, then you want to always stick with SMS marketing or an email marketing platform. But just understand and educate yourself on the difference. What is email marketing? Email marketing is just like when you go check your email inbox right now, all of those emails that you just have piled up on top of each other, those are coming from different businesses. They should be coming from businesses that you have decided to opt in to receive the email. But you know, businesses get a little slick nowadays, which I do not recommend. You'll accidentally get subscribed to their email list. So that's what email marketing is. Now the thing about it is, yes, we receive thousands of emails all day, but I will stand true in believing that if you are sending out emails that your patients are excited about, they will read them, they will act on them. You know, a lot of the times, you know, what we do is we put all of the just new information, whatever is going on. All of our accounts have, you know, different things going on that we want to drive awareness to, or we want to, you know, get increase this or whatever. Let's say we just published a blog post for one of our accounts and we want to get more readers to that blog post. We're going to insert that in the next email that goes out, or maybe we just might send the blog post out to subscribers that we have, you know, that we have known in the past to enjoy and click on our blog posts, if that makes sense. So that is basically what email marketing is in a nutshell. And like I say, I'll put some screenshots of some statistics up here and link some articles down for y'all to go read that on your own time. Here is no, we don't utilize it at all. We probably emailed our list 5 years ago. That can be a no-no for various reasons, and again, this is something I talked about in my last video. But if you are collecting emails from your patients and your clients, and then you're not being consistent about communicating with them through email, and then you decide 5 years later that you wanted to have an Invisalign day, and then you send them, hey, we're having Invisalign day, here's this offer, they're going to immediately either unsubscribe or you are going into the spam. And you don't want to go into spam constantly, because that can cause a delay or an interruption in the delivery of your emails. You know, I've seen this happen, so I'm talking on experience. A lot of the times that's things that we audit before we even take on accounts, because we need to look at your email reputation. Because if we are, you know, not working with the best email reputation, then it may be harder for us to actually restore that versus taking all of your contacts and going over to a completely different platform. So yes, we've heard of email marketing, but all we do is send out sales and promotional material. That is one way to get you unsubscribed, for your emails open rate to decrease tremendously, meaning people will no longer open your emails. And that's another way to go into the spam. I'm just being honest. And the reason why is because people just don't want to be sold to. They want conversation. And then, and why they want conversation? Because conversation leads to conversions. I always do this for our accounts. We'll send out an email, even if it's just once a month, and we'll say, hello, you know, how are you? We miss you. It's time to come back in. Let us know what you're doing right now. Or it could be something as simple as, we know the world is binge watching Love is Blind right now. What are you watching? And it's just a way for people to engage. And guess what? The next time they see your name in the subject, or your name on the preview when you send out another email, then they are going to be more than happy and more than ready to open up the email, because they're going to be like, oh, well, what awesome do they have to talk about this week? People are excited about emails, and they're also intimate. So they're like a safe space, because everybody is not always wanting to comment on social media. Email marketing is where your nurturing takes place. A lot of people don't understand this, but you don't typically go from a social media post to the sale. You don't typically do that. Now, yes, that has happened with many of our accounts. You know, even with my own business, typically you don't just go from the social media post to the sale. There has to be some loving and some nurturing in between, and that is where email marketing comes into place, because everybody is just not ready to buy yet, and they haven't been convinced yet. And imagine if you create a post about veneers in Scottsdale, Arizona. We create a post, and I'm talking on Facebook. Let's just say Facebook, or let's say we make a YouTube video. And the video is educational, but the person watching the video, we know they want veneers. We know they need veneers, okay? So the intent is already there. Boom, we already did that. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to convince them, because they may have or educate. It's not always convincing or manipulating. Sometimes it's just educating them so then they can go make an educated buy-in decision. This is exactly what I mean by that. Maybe they want to know, well, how much do the veneers cost? What's the recovery time? What's the downtime? Porcelain veneers, well, will they be porcelain veneers? You know, what lab are we using? Is my insurance gonna, you know, people have all kinds of questions. So that's where the nurturing and the educating comes in. So you may put this person in some sort of special category, and now they are getting educational emails about veneers, and you answering all of their questions. You're not just getting on video and you're not wasting your time, because to be honest, you don't want to waste your time with people like this in a consultation, because they just have question after question after question after question. That can be done through your content. All those questions can be answered through your content. You just have to know, which is something I don't expect you to do, but when you work with us, we identify your ideal and your target clients, and we cater our social media content, our emails, our service pages on the websites, blog posts, all of that. We cater and we structure it around the information that your clients out there, they may already be asking. So it's like your sexy automated sales system. It's working in the back for you while you're on vacation, while you're in the clinic, you know, while you're treating patients, you know. And like I say, I'm not saying that you don't want to invite clients into the office, but you know, because I definitely remember when I was a treatment coordinator working in, you know, plastics, and we would have all of these patients that would come in there, and some of them would have a million questions, and guess what? They still didn't even book. The best way that you can address that is to kind of beat them to the punch and answer all of their questions the best way you can through some sort of digital medium. So by the time they get on your schedule, they're coming with, and they're ready to go ahead and book the service. And they may have 2 or 3 questions that they've already had noted, and they couldn't really get an answer online, so now they're ready to hit you with the questions. Those patients are good, but I remember those ones. They would come in there with a laundry list, a grocery list full of questions, and still didn't book, and we didn't even hear from them. That's why email marketing, that is where it comes in place. That's where it bridges the gap. And then you constantly send these people, you know, sometimes it doesn't even have to be promotional. Now you can put them on your newsletter. You know, your newsletter, yes, you're going to sell in your newsletter too, that you send out once a month. And you're gonna let them know about your monthly giveaway. You're gonna let them know about different payment options where they can get their favorite med spa services up front and then pay for them later. Like all that type of stuff goes on your newsletter, and you send it out constantly. I think I've explained enough about email marketing, and as far as why you should be utilizing it, what it is, the statistics, the importance, yada, yada, yada. Next thing I wanna talk about are email list building strategies, and what does that look like for an aesthetic service provider. So right now, a lot of you collect emails possibly through the leads that come in on your website from different service forms. If you have service forms on your website, a lot of you don't even have service forms on your website, and that's an opt-in form. That's where people can give you the data, because remember, this is all about the data. You get emails, you know, that flow in that way, that come in through the website, and then you have emails from those patients who've actually rendered services with you, right? But some of you are missing out on those people. There's a large amount of people out there that are just not ready to buy yet. They're not ready to book yet. They're not even ready to come into the office yet, but they are interested, okay? That peak of interest is there, but you gotta handle them a different way. You just, you know, it's not gonna be as easy to get them. And sometimes, yeah, they are worth nurturing, they are worth loving on, so you can get them in the door eventually. For example, if you are a love coach, I don't know why I'm using this. No, that's a bad example, because you guys are not love coaches that watch my channel. If the algorithm is working in my favor over here, you all should be aesthetic service providers. So I'm just going to say that you're an aesthetic service provider. and have a skincare quiz on your website. And it needs to be on your website, because again, we need to collect the data. Now you're promoting this skincare quiz through your social content, through your emails that go out, and you're saying, hey, do you have any skincare concerns? You want to improve the clarity of your skin, you want to improve whatever. Take our skincare quiz. Now this person is going to take the quiz. Well, first they're going to give you their email, they're going to give you their phone number in most cases, first name, last name, maybe new patient, existing patient, right? You kind of want to know that too. And then once they take the quiz, then now you have their data. Now you've just exchanged your fun, informative quiz for their data, their phone number. Now you can follow up with them and get them in the office and find out what exactly is their skincare concern, because after they take the quiz, now you're going to know more about their specific skincare concern. If you know they have hyperpigmentation, if you know they suffer with oily skin, with acne scars or whatever, now you can again put them in a certain list, in a special category, and now we're sending them information that is going to help them make that educated buy-in decision that's going to lead them into the office. That's what a list building strategy looks like. You create some sort of offer on the outside that is appealing, that's fun, and then boom, you get the data. Now everybody's happy. And again, you just have to think about the consumer, and everybody unfortunately is just not always ready to buy yet. They still need to be educated, they still need to be nurtured, they still need to be convinced, manipulated, whatever word you want to label it as, but you still have to do the work. And a lot of the times that just can't happen on social media alone, which is why I always say that with your social media strategy, you need to have a way to pull them off of social media, because that's how you filter through the noise. That's what social media is. Let's be real. A bunch of you that just post before and after photos all of the time, and that's fine if you feel like that works for you. But what you have to keep in mind is, before they saw your before and after photo, they probably saw 5 other businesses before and after photos too. And then before they get off social media, they'll probably see 7 more. So how can you capture this person's attention and take them another step further off of social media? And that's the beauty in email marketing. And if you found any of today's information helpful, if you would like for me to go over this in more detail with you on a one-on-one, then I would highly recommend that you start with a strategic marketing audit. Go ahead and book it. I'll leave the link in the description box below just to make it easy for you. And if you guys have any questions about the information that we discussed in this video, leave your comments down below. Subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.